textures with the texture we're going to be using. So this comes down through here, does this thing here, and comes down. And we'll go over the texture, how to make the textures that light themselves up and look like they're lit. After I take a break here to work on a few other things, and then we'll get back to this. So it'll be maybe about an hour or so, and we'll get back to it. Of course, we won't have to do, so we'll be right back into it. So until then, I will see you later. Alright, so we're back, and we're gonna create a new texture, new light-based texture, and show you how that all works. So I'm gonna go ahead and save this, and we're gonna go ahead and close down Hammer. We'll go ahead and leave that open. Shouldn't matter that much. Alright, so Adobe. So the task here is that you want to create a texture that's just a solid color. It can even just be white. It doesn't really matter. Let's go new. We'll go with a let's go 512. I think 512 will work. And I'm just going to do a white colored texture. So we can change the color of the texture in the VMT file as needed. So we'll just take the paint bucket, do that. Let's go to desktop, save it as, let's see, now let's go to computer, J, projects, materials, Half-Life 2, I'll just put it in here. We'll call it Light Test 2. And we'll save it as TGA. Targa. 32-bit. Alright, to get that's not going to be up there. We'll have to go searching for it. It's not either on G5? Yes. There's VTF edit. So, import. So everything like that. Okay. Don't need the alpha, so there's nothing that's transparent. Well, I guess it stays there automatically, so we'll leave it. I just need to export as VTF, or save it rather, not export. Save it to the desktop. Alright. Now we'll go back over to, should have left that open. Actually, I have it open down here. So, materials, CI, test, self-light, drop our test light 2 VTF in here. Now we'll go and copy this and rename it. Light test 2. Alright, so in order to make a texture glow, to glow itself, not cast light, but to actually appear to be glowing, you want to use unlit generic, and then self-illumination, or self-illum, set that to 1, and then also you want to use self-illum int, which is just essentially to change, change the color of the texture, if you will. So, for example, the texture you saw in Hammer on the pad, that's actually a texture. I'll load it up in BTF edit real quick. Well, I guess, oh wait, yeah, and you have to go to View Channel Alpha. So this is how that texture actually is supposed to look. It's only supposed to be a kind of a band that's supposed to be lit up. But by using the self-illum and all that, you actually change the nature of the texture, we'll say. And it now no longer actually uses just the uses that alpha channel at all. It's just this color here. That's interesting. It's actually one extra thing there. So we're just going to say light test 2. And self-illum. So I want to go over to Photoshop because I want to figure out a bluish kind of color here to use. I don't want to use something similar to that one. I want to use a different shade of blue. Maybe a little bit of a darker shade. Yeah, right about there. That's about right. I'll take that. I gotta grab this, make some room. Alright, so numbers here. 136, 206, and 250. So we just change those numbers here. 136, 206, 250. Leave everything else the same. Control save. And now what we have to do is, there's another step to do for this, to actually make the texture emit light into the map. You have to add it to a file in the mod directory called lights.rad. It's just a text file, and it contains all the textures that can emit their own light source. So what we want to do is, here we go, this one. So I'm going to take this, copy paste it down. So again, this is red, green, blue, and then the last value here is for the brightness. I actually want to knock this down to, this is still too bright. Knock it down to 98. We'll see how that goes. Okay, so light test 2. And then put in our values here. And then we'll go with a 360 for the light amount. Continue evaluation, close. So now we're up in Hammer here. And we'll come back over here. As you can see, Hammer's already screwed around. Oh, never mind. No, it didn't. I haven't fixed that stuff, that's why. But yeah, I bet you anything, if I look at this closely enough, on one of these, yeah, see, here we go. It has done something with it. Some of these other ones, yeah. It's messed around with them there. But if we go in here now, So what we want to do is, we want to go to materials here, material editor. I want to go to replace, I want to grab this, right, cancel, grab this first, then go to replace, and then light, we'll have light test 2, and we want to go ahead and say OK. So we have those textures replaced now. So now when I load up the map, that should be emitting light. What I want to do now is let's turn on the coordinate tool real quick. Gotta increase it for our new areas. So I'm going to go and check this out inside of the game. So you won't be able to see it in here, but you will be able to see it in the game. The color change that happens here. Alright, control save. Actually save it now. We'll go ahead and build it. We'll go ahead and stop recording for right now while I'm building it. Alright, so I finished building it. I just went ahead and quickly, while I was not recording, I went through and grabbed a bunch of stuff and added it to... I missed that piece. That should be fine. Not that much in here anyway. Added it to a func detail, just so we can keep the VVIS part of the compile relatively slow, or faster than slow, rather. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to go ahead and load up into the map, and we're going to see how this looks. Actually, well, damn, let me go ahead and put a... I'll go ahead and put a ANV cube in here, recompile it, and then I'll load up in the map, and that's where the recording will restart. Alright, so here we are on the map. As you can see, it still kind of needs a little bit more work. The white light seems to be fine, but the light for the bluer light needs to be brought down a bit more. It's still a little too bright. It looks pretty alright, pretty good. So let's go ahead and head over to this other area here. As you can see, you got stuff illuminated. Actually, didn't change the color, did it? I thought it would. Interesting. Yeah, it's giving off that light. It's not very bright, actually, compared to what I thought it would be. But definitely see it reflecting off of the ceiling up there, though. But you can see that pattern that we cut into the side of this thing here. And this is kind of like what I want to do. It's just this texture-based lighting. Try and do things just a little more, a little different than you would normally when making a map. And if you use it right, the effect can be pretty good, depending on the light levels. That's just a matter of like in here, it looks pretty good. That's just a matter though of fine-tuning the brightness levels. But that's going to be it for this developer's vlog. Again, didn't really get around to getting anything done with the code. It's mostly mapping and working on textures and stuff like that. Trying to duplicate the the self-illuminating textures, which I have accomplished, and getting things done on this map mostly, and also on the graveyard map. The graveyard map, I spent maybe, I'm going to try to break down how much time I actually spent working on this update. The graveyard map, I spent a total of probably 7 hours, I think, total on that map over the course of the last couple weeks. on this map so far, including today, that's going to be a total of 10 hours, so about 17 hours so far. Not as much as I was hoping to make time to get through on it. That looks pretty cool. You can tell this doesn't have a cube map that's attached to it, because it just like stops right there. That's an interesting effect there. Actually, I've never noticed that before happening with this one. I wonder if it's because it's texture lighting or if it's just the way it looks. I'm not sure. I never knew that. You know, the shininess, we'll say, of that texture. I wonder if it's been updated. I've been noticing over the last couple of years that Valve's been updating the textures for Half-Life 2. Started with the models, but I guess they're getting on to the actual textures now. But yeah, that's going to be it for this developer's vlog. Hopefully I'll have more progress in January, but I'm still going to be working on it throughout the rest of the day and through most of tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be the release day, December 1st. But I'm going to do more mapping throughout pretty much most of the day and have a later update release just to kind of compensate for the less amount of time that's I've been able to get into the development for CI this update cycle. Still, I think all said and done, I think the progress made is probably comparable to the last one. Or at least will be once I'm finished, even though it'll be a little less on the hours. At least that's my goal. So, thanks for watching these videos. Hope you enjoyed them, or at least found them educational. If you have any comments or questions, leave them below in the comments section. And if you hadn't yet done so, I would appreciate it if you subscribe to our channel. And I will see you in, I guess it would be February 1st. Yeah. So the next update will be. But until then, I will see you later.